Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another episode of Hot Girl Glam. Today we are doing this cool toned, sexy, kind of messy, effortless, like glam, just something different. So if you want to see what we did to get this look, then keep on watching. I'm gonna start with putting some lip balm on my lips because my lips have been so destroyed. You guys really have no idea. I picked up Phytosurgent's Calm Conditions. This is just the Clear Coast one. This is really nice. This has actually saved my lips within the matter of like 3 days. So skin prep is already done, but I want to kind of try something that I've been seeing online. Is I've been seeing people take their like glowy primers mainly on the under eye. I think I want to try that. I don't want to use a glowy primer all over my face today because I also want to keep the skin like really like kind of perfected and effortless. So I don't want too much going on. Like I don't want an insane amount of glow. So I think this is gonna be how I do that. I think with putting a glowy primer on the under eye, it kind of like helps. I think it like makes the eyes more like blurred or something. I don't know, but every time I see people do it, I'm like, wait, that actually looks so fire. So, and maybe I'm putting like too much, but I'm really only focusing this on like the inner part of my under eye. And then I guess I'll just bring a little bit down. Also, I forgot that with it now being winter, the light situation changes. So I picked a bad time of the day to film, but I like originally was going to sit down 2 hours ago, but the sun was like really bad in this area of my room. I did order some new like filming equipment from Amazon that I'm excited about. I got 2 new lights and then a new tripod. So hopefully my setup will be a little bit more like luxe and premium. So I'm excited for that. For the skin, I think to start with like the more perfected look of skin, I'm gonna take my Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin concealer and I'm gonna put some of it on the back of my hand. I have to be careful where I'm putting it because I was swatching some blushes earlier just to kind of see what I wanted to do for the vibes. I don't know how much of this is actually gonna like turn out the way that I want it to turn out because like I do my makeup basically the same every single day. So like anytime I deviate from that a little bit, it could be different. So like trust the process. I think because I want this to actually be more of a pinpoint kind of situation, I'm gonna take this like really small brush and I'm gonna take my concealer and I'm going to apply it to the areas that need a little help. I've had quite the breakout in my chin area and I also have some spots here, and your girl's a picker, so it just doesn't ever end up looking nice for me. And I'm gonna let the concealer sit for a couple of moments just to let it like really set down, and then I'll blend the edges before going on to the next step. For the complexion, I picked up the Milk Hydro Grip Skin Tint like I said I would during the Sephora sale. So I've learned a couple of things about this product. So when I sampled it while it was in a tub, right? So I had to use my finger to apply the product to my face. Then when I picked the product up, I was applying it the same way that I was with the Danessa Myricks Skin Tint. I was taking it, I was squeezing a little bit of product on my face like this, and then blending it. This product is really, really, really thick, and applying it like that is just not for me anyway. It makes it too thick, and then I just wasn't liking the way that it was wearing on my skin at that point. So for me, I find the best way to apply it is if you put some on the back of your hand, take your brush, dip your brush into it, and then go in and apply the product. So that's what we're gonna do. And I think today I'm gonna take a different brush than what I normally would. So I normally take my Mario F4 brush, and this is like my multitasking brush. So I use this for my bronzer, I use it for my foundation, and then I use the other end for like my blush. But I think I want to go in with something like this today. So we're gonna give it a try. I want there to be coverage on my face, but I want the coverage to be lighter than what I normally would. And honestly, I'm just trying new techniques today as well, because like, why not? So I'm gonna start on the center of my face. I wear the shade 9, by the way. And then wherever I need more coverage, I'm just kind of trying to build it up a little bit more there. But I think for the most part, the way that the skin looks right now is kind of what I'm going for. Like, I know I said perfected, but I think actually I changed my mind. The products that I use in my like day-to-day, I don't really wear a lot of full coverage. So, I mean, having the expectation of having like a full coverage base if I'm not using like an actual foundation is a little bit crazy anyway. But we tried. So I'm pivoting. And we just want to make sure that the skin looks slightly even at least. Now I'm going to go in with a little bit more of that Danessa Myricks concealer. I think I'm going to pick up just a little bit, and I'm going to use this more for color correcting my under eye. And I want to use a fluffy brush. So I'm going to take this Real Techniques 402 brush. I think this is a powder brush, but I just want something that's a little bit fluffier. I'm going to take, I don't want to be super bronzed, but I do want to add just a touch of dimension to my face. So for that, I'm going to take the Makeup by Mario, the bronzing and shaping serum, and I have this in the shade medium. Blend it. I am going to take my F4 brush. I think sometimes I try to convince myself that I don't like, not that I don't like this product, but that I don't love it as much as I do, because like I really like the Phytosurgeons bronzer that I have. I think that's really pretty, but I don't know, there's something about this bronzer, and I think it's the tone. I think it's just like, there's so many things about it. The ease of application, how easily it blends out, like so much about this is just a really fabulous product. And I'm really a fan. And I've tried to swatch his, I think it's like the Skin Perfector, the one that's in like the not the jar, but the compact, I guess you would call it. But I feel like, I don't know, there's something about that one that I'm just not really vibing with, but I might try that one eventually. Also, if you guys were looking for chatty today, I don't think I can give that. I'm like, I don't know, I'm just not in a chatty mood. See, considering the fact that I haven't posted a video in a month, you would think that I have like all these updates. No. Christmas shopping, and I have bought a fair amount of new makeup. Fuck. Like, at this point, I probably can't be trusted, because I say all the time, oh, like, I'm done buying new makeup, I'm done buying new makeup. And then there I go. One thing that I bought, though. Also, I just said that I'm not in a chatty mood, and here I go chatting. But I just want to say, one thing that I bought. Y'all are gonna be gagged, because I got it as an early birthday gift. Maybe if you follow me on Instagram, you know what it was that I purchased. But but just know it's very exciting for me anyway. So yeah, as soon as that comes in the mail, I will be filming an unboxing, and I will be filming a whole look dedicated to that item. So I think for the direction of the makeup that we're going in, I'm going to take Phytosurgent's Fume. I haven't worn this in a while, and I was debating on either doing Fume or Ami Collet Pink Cell, but I think Pink Cell would be a little bit too bright for what I want today. So we're going to do Fume, and we're going to do a very, very light amount. And you know what? Actually, I think I want to try this brush that I used for my foundation. I just wiped off a lot of the excess, and I'm just going to go in to Fume. Yeah, I think that's actually exactly what I needed for this look. Also, blush collection swatch party coming soon. It's just like a really daunting task to think about, sitting down and swatching every single one of my blushes. And then you're probably thinking, then what's the point? But like, I want a really nice frame of reference for people if they're looking for like specific blushes, what they look like on somebody with my skin tone, because I feel like every time I look for things on the internet, I can't find people that look like me wearing it. So figure we do that. Oh, I wasn't done with the bronzer. I forgot this Morphe brush, and I just want to add a little bit of dimension to my nose. I think I want like a teensy weensy little bit of brightness on my under eye. So I'm gonna take like literally, oh, where did I put that? Oh, like the teensiest little speck of the Hourglass concealer in the shade Beach, brush that I used before, and pick up the product and just like ever so slightly blend that in. Just to add a little bit more coverage, and then also a little bit more brightness. I think I want the skin to be a little bit more matte, so I'm going to go in with a few different powders. So to start, I'm going to go in with the Ami Collet. This is the translucent loose setting powder, and I'm going to do my usual powder routine with this. I'm going to take it with the Morphe X Ariel. This is the A1 brush. I'm just taking it in the powder. Start at my nose, and then I go up to my under eye. And I do that so that there's like less product on my under eye. Next, I'm going to take my Kosas Cloud Set powder that's broken. I have this in the shade Pillowy, and I said I was going to declutter this, but you know what's funny about me? Everything that I've decluttered, I haven't actually thrown it away yet. It's just been sitting on the side of my vanity. So I still technically have all of it. I have to clean up my studio. See how broken that is? Absolutely insane. So I'm going to take ever so slightly, like try to dip into this. And I'm going to put it in my palm just to kind of help kick off some excess and just to get it like more in the brush. See? And then set my face. I am like very quickly losing light. I didn't think I was filming that late in the day. Which sucks because how am I gonna get pictures for my thumbnail? The brows, we're using the Sephora Collection Fluff and Fix, and then I am going to fill in my brows today. I'm using the NYX Precision Brow Pencil in the shade Espresso. I actually can't believe it, the sun's setting. That's crazy. Okay, we're back. Okay, I just had to plug in my ring light that I have, and it actually seems to be doing a fine job with lighting, so that's good. Let's get into the eyes, shall we? We are using, first I'm going to take my About Face. This is their Shadow Fix eyeshadow primer, and I'm going to put that all over the lid. Just take my finger to blend it. I'm going to take a, oh my god, I forgot to do something for my under eye prep. Guys, do you want to know something? I haven't really been wearing very much makeup on a day-to-day because I've been really burnt out at work, you guys. Like to the point where I just don't even know what I'm doing anymore. And like this week has been a bit better, but I've been trying to get myself into a stable routine of getting to work on time. And because of that, I haven't really been able to wear makeup to work. The only time I can wear makeup is if my boyfriend's driving us, and then that way I can just do it in the car. So I basically just feel like a little bit out of practice, I guess. I'm gonna take, this is the About Face Longwear Gel Eyeliner in the shade Into the Void. It's just a black, and this is going to be the eyeliner that I'm gonna tight line with, and then I'm also gonna line my lower lash line as well. Little smudging brush. Actually, I think I just want to take my pinky. I'm gonna take that same brush that I used to smudge above for the first little bit. I'm just gonna use that as well to smudge the lower lash line. Okay. Wow. And I think I was going back and forth on if I wanted to actually have like a little bit of shimmer when I first thought about sitting down to do this, but I thought this would actually be the perfect opportunity. With the lip I also want to wear, I have this Nars eyeshadow. It's in the shade Himalya, and it's the dual intensity eyeshadow, and it's just like this really pretty, I don't know if you can see, it's like a taupey kind of shade, so I thought this would be really nice to kind of add to the look, you know? So, and I think, I don't know if I want to go in with my finger, so I'm gonna take this little flat brush. And I think just on the lower lash line, I want to sweep a little bit of my Patrick Ta black shadow just to help reinforce the smudge. And I'm more so stamping it to fill in any gaps. I think once I have the lip, then it'll really be chef's kiss. We're gonna use two mascaras. We're gonna use my Charlotte Tilbury Exaggerize, and I want to finish up this sample. This is the MAC Stack mascara. This is just in black. This mascara, it has like a pretty spiky brush that I don't really like. It's super plasticky. It hurts my lash line, but I think this will be really good for like separating a little bit and adding a little bit more definition. So I'm gonna go in with my Exaggerize first. Okay, so I did 2 coats of the Charlotte Tilbury and then 1 coat of the MAC Stack, and then just 1 coat of the Charlotte Tilbury on my lower lash line. Now we can do the lip, and this is what I'm actually the most excited about. So I'm sure everybody online has been seeing MAC Alone Time. Well, I got it. This was one of the lipsticks that I got while I was in Toronto for my friend's birthday. It is a really pretty color, and honestly, even though I have more warm, like a more warm undertone. Even though this is like quite cool, this looks so pretty. I'll do a lip swatch so everybody can see. So this is what it looks like on its own on me. Like, isn't that just so... It's so good. I love it. I do have a couple... I'm just gonna take it off because we're gonna do a lip combo. So I do have a couple of like cooler toned lip liners that I could use for this. So I have, of course, Makeup Forever. This is in Endless Cacao. I also have MAC Greige. And then I have this Rimmel lip liner that I picked up in Cappuccino. This one's Cappuccino, the Rimmel one. This one is MAC Greige, and then this one's Endless Cacao. Maybe I'll start with Greige and we'll go from there. I just sharpened it with the sharpener that comes with the Isamaya lip liners. Look at how sharp it got that. That's crazy. I like couldn't even stop sharpening it. It just would not let me stop. Anyway. I think just to add like a wee bit of definition, I'm going to try to add some of the Endless Cacao. And that's the finished look. I actually really like how this ended up in the end. I just knew that I wanted to have a lot of black eyeliner on, and I knew that I wanted the main focus really, well, not focus, but like I just really wanted to play with MAC Alone Time because like this color, like this is just so good. I don't have my like smaller mirror in here. Yeah, that's good. That's delicious. Thank you so much for joining me in today's video. Whoa, not the lip liner on my shoulder. Again, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm sorry I wasn't feeling very chatty, but like not much is going on. Like I said, I purchased a bunch of new makeup. Once all of that comes in, I will show you my Sephora sale purchases. I'll show you my Black Friday purchases, my early birthday gift. I'll show you all of that. Make sure you thumbs up this video if you liked it. If you want to see more from me, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'm all about playing with makeup here. In the new year, I am going to try a no shopping journey, a project pan journey. So if you're interested in starting to keep up with that, interested in my what I call hot girl glam, we've been doing a lot of that lately. Yeah, stick around, subscribe to the channel. I would love to have you here. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.